Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, back again with me on my channel, Muhammad Reknos Effendi, and today today's topic is I will tell you how I will describe some pictures. So I have three pictures right here. Okay, the first picture is a Hindenburg airship, also called as the Zeppelin, was burned in, burst into fire on May 6th, 1937. This Zeppelin, this vehicle is called Zeppelin because, and this Zeppelin was the most biggest flying object ever flown in history. Uh, maybe the size as maybe the size would as big as the Titanic. Actually, I would call it is many people call it as a flying ship because well the size looks like as a ship. And this Hindenburg airship was owned by Nazi Germany, a company of the aviation of Nazi Germany back then. From this Hindenburg airship was flown from Frankfurt City from in Germany, and then landed, and then until the last stop was New Jersey in the United States. But when this airship tries to land in New Jersey to the destination, there's a man there's a tragedy. Electricity became spread into the gas and then hit the gas, and then the gas become exploded, and so the fire was spread until all of the part of the airship until no one's left, no one's alive. Everybody inside on board was dead. They are not survived. No one no there are no survivors. And this one is became the most worst Zeppelin or airship disaster in history. Becoming airship becomes very banned. I mean, the airship became banned in the country, so there will be no airships again flying until now because of this disaster stops every Zeppelin service in history. And also that's because the faulty of the gas inside this airship was hydrogen gas, because, and you know that hydrogen is very vulnerable to explode, very easy to explode. So in this disaster, the surface of Zeppelin or airship became stopped until now, and it was changed to aircrafts like now. Maybe modern aircrafts. It is also more safer than to fly with aircrafts, with passenger planes rather than Zeppelins. Okay, I have the second picture. This is a plane named a fighter jet called F-80 Shooting Star, made by United States, flying over the skies of Korea during the Korean War in 1950 until 1953. And you know, maybe this is the first major era when fighter jets, a plane with jet engines, start to mass produce in Korean War and became majority to be produced both countries, and maybe in almost countries, maybe in United States especially, and also maybe Soviet Union back then. And propeller planes, or maybe known propeller in Indonesia is baling-baling, is became outdated, became old. It is maybe its technology was very old rather than these jet planes today. Why? Because jet planes are more faster, more easy to handle, to control. Maybe better maintenance, I guess. Maybe. And yeah, That's the era of when Korean War is using many kind of types of jet aircrafts back then. And then the third picture was the first fighter jet ever built in history. But in this case, this is not Korean War, but this is World War II. What this is the German jet fighter Messerschmitt Me 262, uh, resting on an airfield, but I don't know what is the date. When is the date? Maybe it's being inspected by the engineers of Germany back then. Yes, in this picture, I mean. As you know, this plane was the most very first fighter jet ever built. Maybe the founding father of the fighter jet, like until today. And but in this case, World War II didn't really improve mass producing this kind of fighter jet. Even maybe this fighter jet also seems to be produced after maybe many months after World War II ended. So this plane maybe operates in battles maybe for a short time. And also maybe this jet fighter had many kind of uh, not some kind of minuses and some weaknesses of this aircraft. And yeah, maybe this is the ambassador of every fighter jet until today. Maybe until back then, like the second picture. But yeah, maybe this plane is seem to be very hard to found. Maybe it's hard to produce, not like during the Korean War when many of fighter jets were produced and propeller planes are seem to be outdated. It became old. But in this case, in World War II, it's still many of them are still using propeller planes, and maybe this kind of plane was seemed to be very the most scared aircraft at that time. But maybe for Korean War, because every almost every aircraft was a jet aircraft, so it wouldn't be very you wouldn't, maybe you would not be very afraid with it. But maybe this aircraft will, because this is a new technology about jet engines. No one have it, and yeah. Okay, maybe that's all I can describe this all three pictures. Uh, Last I say, maybe uh, this 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 topic will be very beneficial for you all. Last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.